What should be a wildly entertaining night gets started with a look at Arnold Barboza, who, Timmy, we saw in really his career best win, October of 2020, the 10-round unanimous decision against Alex Saucedo.
Yeah, this is my dark horse in this division at 140 pounds. You know, it's a stacked division right now, and the king of this division is Taylor, of course. But I like Barboza. I think he has great fundamentals, great jab, quick combinations.
The undisputed world champion at junior welterweight with his impressive showing against the always game and feisty Jose Ramirez. He's looking now in December to have a title fight, a defense against Jack Catterall in a well-earned fight back in Scotland. Barboza is in position now at 29 years old and having run his mark to 25-0.
Let's say a young vet, 28 years old, 26 fights, been in the ring with a lot of top quality opposition. He's going to test Barboza tonight. Usually he's fighting at 135 pounds. Right now, Barboza, what he's doing is he's looking to allow Moran to work, looking for him to come forward, shoot something, make him fall short, and then counter him with something. Beautiful right hand over the top by Barboza.
Coming to the end of round one, Barboza and Moran. Nico Ali Walsh, his pro debut, will be coming up at the conclusion of this fight. Joe and Timmy landed a really big overhand right late in that fight, busts up the eardrums of Maloney, and then he cruised down the stretch. And now the trilogy happens here in Oklahoma tonight. First round, Barboza was 19 of 49 on his punches.
I can't help but notice Moran, every time he shoots his punches, his chin is straight up in the air.
And now Barboza is able to sharpshoot as he tries to work behind the jab with that 1-2.
I'm gonna tell you how confident.
You sit with guys who will say, well, I'm not going to look for it. If it comes, it comes. If it's there, set the standard. You can see some blood now with Moran. He tries to dig to the body, goes back to it. But you can see the blood coming from the nose and just underneath.
Nice counter right there from Barboza with the right hand. Moran is having some success when he's on the outside using his jab and sticking in spots. As you're watching in the corner, if it makes it to the end of this round, just pay attention and see if Moran, if he blows his nose. That's one thing you do not want to do when you're in a fight. You do not want to blow your nose because your eyes will begin to swell.
Dominating second round for the undefeated Barboza. Good body shot to finish it off. Well, as soon as Antonio Moran walked back to his corner, you could hear them say broken nose, and the confirmation, it's clear as day when you look at it. There was so much blood coming from it. And he has suffered a broken nose. Good sharp shooting and power punching from Barboza. He was 16 of 33 on his power punches in that second round.
Nice combination there from Barboza.
What a treat. Christina and Michaela. History being made here in Oklahoma tonight. First all-female broadcast team in boxing of a major English broadcast. All over the world they are being heard, and they're doing an excellent job. Very proud of what they've done. Great analysis as well, as you heard there. So Barboza in control as we come to the end of round number 3. Joe Tessitore, Tim Bradley back with you ringside. Round number 4 of our co-feature. Barboza's in control against Moran. We have the debut of Muhammad Ali's grandson, Nico Ali. He lost that 10-round decision, and it was in that second round that he also suffered an injury to his nose, and there was extreme bleeding throughout that fight as well. And now there's blood coming from his mouth as Barboza is backing him up.
Yeah, that blood from the nose is definitely trickling down in the back of his throat and coming out his mouth.
Dural hematoma is very scary in the 24 to 72 hours following that fight. And Saucedo is now retired from professional boxing, but fortunately has started already a very successful career as a trainer. And Barboza with more accurate power punches.
Barboza's doing a little bit of everything tonight. Occasionally he'll step on the outside, he'll box, he'll use his jab in his right hand like that.
Pro, because that's allowable now. Then goes off to the Olympic Games and earns silver. And I like Duke. I saw him earlier tonight. I said, hey, what are you doing with the medal? Had it in his pocket. He's what? Listen, that thing's not put away. That's not in some case. He's walking around and enjoying it.
Although you got my partner, Andre Ward. He got his in a special safe with bulletproof glass.
That's gold now.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a gold medal now.
I understand that, but I'm just saying, silver is all right too, man.
Round number 5, Barboza in control. He has a 107 to 27 connect advantage according to CompuBox. 63 to 22 advantage on power punching. And Timmy, you always bring up this number of power punch percentage landed. He's landing 46% of his power punches thrown.
Almost close to 50 once it gets to that. Not at all.
Let's check in with Bernardo.
It's interesting because we all see the damage to the nose of Antonio Moran, but his trainer Miguel Angel Alvaro and his cutman Alejandro Galindo are saying he can breathe, he's okay. It's just that Barboza's all over him.
Sure is, and he just landed 2 more right hands. And he comes forward again, snaps his head back.
Just beautiful work by Barboza right there. Just recognizing Moran was out of position and just following up and following him out with a combination. Straight punches, that is.
Barboza, very good-looking undefeated junior welterweight from South Monte, California, and he busted up Moran's nose in the second round. But in that last round, it became a target that he liked a lot.
Look at this full extension with his right hand. Boom, right down the middle. There's no doubt in my mind that Moran feels these punches on that nose, without question.
Look at that power jab, too, just snapping, turning it over right into that broken nose of Antonio Moran. Round number 6. Barboza dominating so far here in our co-feature. Remember, special attraction is coming up. Moran with that mouth wide open.
Still some toughness. That blood is not going to stop that broken nose. Mike Basil stepped in to treat that nose. You're wondering what he put on that Q-tip. It's Adrenaline 1000. That's used to slow down the bleeding. That's why occasionally you see the bleed stop, but then it flares back when it gets hit once again.
High volume pace here in the middle of round number 6, and was Moran picking up the pace as well. He is willing. Let's check in with Mark Kriegel.
It is. But you know what to make it even better? He wins this fight tonight in spectacular fashion. Those trunks will be even more, worth even more money.
He's coming up against Jordan Weeks in moments. Special feature attraction. Not often, folks, that a pro debut, a 4-rounder, a beginning fighter, ends up in a primetime spot in TV like this, but that is the case when you carry that name. There's a left hand by Barboza that lands. He's had it his way all night long. And he has landed 94 power punches against Moran. Now on the inside, creates a little bit of space, pushing off, and with that separation, looks for a right hand upstairs. Moran still willing, 3-punch combination. He's been tough.
The test, Barboza's doing exactly what he told us he was going to. Not doing anything and not moving his head off the line, keeping his head directly on the center line. You see, I like the fact, Test, that Barboza is a risk taker. He makes for exciting fights. He's just not a boxer on the outside, but there's sometimes he gets a little bit, takes too many risks sometimes, and leaves himself exposed.
Stop, break, step back, you're holding. Box.
Requests and had to be very reflective and introspective and discussing his family and the legacy and orange and blue trim right now, and that is Barboza, who's been in prime form, landing 192 out of 470 plus punches thrown right now, a 192 to 57 connect advantage according to CompuBox at this point. Round number 8 scheduled for 10, as Moran has been fighting through the damage of a broken nose since halfway through the second round. Opportunity to fight in 2020. You see the wincing. His father is his trainer. His dad's a former pro kickboxer, and he just said to him, he said, listen, you've worked hard for this. Let's go. Get your feet underneath you. Now, he's controlled the entire fight, but they want to finish up strong.
Yeah, what happens sometimes is that rounds feel like the same. You're seeing the same thing over and over, and it's almost like you go on autopilot, and you're just in there fighting, and you kind of forget what you're actually doing. And Barboza's
a linebacker, he ends up being a fullback. You look at this guy right now, you say, how could that be? He's a good looking, right? He's a good fit 140 pounder. How could he have been a linebacker in football? Timmy, he got up to 210 pounds playing high school football.
I can't even see that.
210 pounds.
210 pounds. Unbelievable. But you can see the work ethic that this young man has and the toughness that Barboza has, because Moran is landing some big shots on him as well. Look at that right eye of Barboza starting to swell.
Give credit to Moran hanging in there, fighting through it.
Ooh, clipped him with a nice left hook right there.
And then all of a sudden got a little greedy on the inside, and he takes a headshot himself. And then after he got to 210, that's when he cleans things up, goes back to boxing at 19 years old, and here we are 10 years later as a top 10 ranked junior welterweight and undefeated record. This is like this. Oh, look at that 1-2. Great right hand following up that jab from Barboza.
That was disguised with the left hook, then right hand right down the middle. Beautiful.
Blinding left hand, sets up the right hand, comes back with a left hook, and we're going to be a round away now from the pro debut of Muhammad Ali's grandson, Nico Ali Walsh, who tells the story of asking his life. Nico Ali Walsh, he squeezed that hand, and now he will be stepping into the ring to start the journey. The family business, the legacy continues with the Ali name. By the way, Nico's mother, Muhammad Ali's daughter, Rashida, she works in raising funds for Parkinson's research. She's an excellent public speaker and fundraiser. Round number 10, Barboza landed solid at the end of that ninth.
It's a nasty combination right here. Beautiful setup. Off the hook. Little peel right there. Knocking down the guard. The right hand of Moran to land the right hand right down the middle. Beautiful job right there.
can see the blood speckle across the canvas as it has been dripping from the nose of Moran from halfway through the second round onward.
See, Barboza's not here to box. He's looking for the knockout. I mean, he's standing there, got his high guard up, taking some shots, taking some off the gloves as well. Some of those punches are getting in between, but he's looking to take advantage of the offense of Moran. He's looking for an opportunity to land something in between. He just switched southpaw right now, just to find a different angle, to create a different angle for his offense. You know, when I talk about this often when I'm doing commentary, the body is where you weaken your opponent. It's where you take his stamina away from him. And if he was to go downstairs a little bit more, I think he can break down Moran. He'll have a better chance in stopping him.
Landed 267 punches, 45 of them are to the body. That does it. 10 hard rounds for Moran.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds here inside the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Tulsa, Oklahoma, we go to the judges' scorecards for the official decision. Jason Greenwald and Mike Ross both score the bout 99-91. Don Griffin scores the bout 100-90. For your winner by unanimous decision, and still WBO International Junior Welterweight Champion, Arnold Barboza Jr.
No other way to see it. Barboza, unanimous decision.